Welcome to Radiance Yoga Online. I'm Shannon, and today I'm going to bring you through a gentle yoga flow. This is one of my favorite practices for all levels. Whether you're just trying to get a little movement in at the beginning of your day, taking a break in the middle of your day, or wanting to wind down after a stressful day at work, this practice is perfect for dropping in and connecting your breath and movement to calm and refresh your mind and body. You don't need any props, but if you have access to a blanket that you can use to sit or kneel on, and two sturdy objects like yoga blocks or two large books, then I recommend using them to make your practice more comfortable. When you're ready, please join me in a comfortable seat. I like to prop my hips up on a blanket or on a block so that my hips are just a little higher than my knees and I feel a little bit taller through my spine. When you come to sit, you can fix a soft gaze or start to close the eyelids heavy. We want to soften your belly, reaching up through the crown of your head with space for your shoulders to drop down and back. Now, if you're feeling like you've had a day that's a little more chaotic and you need to calm, then place your palms down on your lap. Maybe it's the morning and you're looking for a little bit more energy, turning the palms up with a little bit more space to breathe and receive. Begin to drop into the breath, simply observing. How does the breath enter? How does it feel as it fills the torso? And how does it feel as your torso deflates and it exits either the nose or the mouth? Observe the sounds of your breath and all the other qualities or characteristics. Deeper now into the belly. Keeping the lips closed and exhaling through the nose. Twice more. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Where can you soften? Your palms will join together at your heart. Lift your heart to meet your thumbs. And as you exhale, bow your head to yourself slightly, taking a moment to set your intention. What brought you to your mat today? It doesn't matter what it is. Repeat it to yourself without judgment. Remind yourself to come back to it throughout your practice. With your next inhale, we rise tall, pressing down into the hips, your fingertips tracing up the midline to the ceiling, your shoulders down away from the ears, and exhale as your hands draw forward. We come off of our prop. If your knees are sensitive, go ahead and take your blanket right away and pad underneath your knees for tabletop position. I'm going to walk my hands and knees right down to the mat. Spread my fingers wide and grip the mat to protect my wrists. Now tuck your toes underneath behind you. Drop your belly. Reach long through your crown of your head and up and back for your tailbone cow. Exhale as you untuck the toes. Drive down into your hands and knees. Tuck your chin and round cat. Inhale as you tuck the toes. Lift through your heart and your hips. Cow. Exhale, drive down, grip the mat, scoop the belly up, and round that space between your shoulder blades. Inhale as we drop the belly, lift up. Exhale, drive down. Now bring your big toes together, widen your knees, and settle back, heels to hips in child's pose. You're welcome to bring a block or a blanket under the forehead here. Wherever you land, let your arms, your hands, your shoulders be heavy. Taking 3 breaths with me. As you inhale, fill the back of your body. As you exhale, soften your belly, let it get squishy, and let your torso fall over and between the thighs. Now stay here, sitting back into your hips. Walk your hands off of the left side of your mat. Stack your right hand on top of the left and settle your head back down between your arms. Take big breaths now, stretching into the right side of your torso. As you exhale, sitting back heavier into your right hip. One more breath. Walk your hands back through the center, off to the right side of your mat. Your left hand stacks on top of the right and settle your head back down between your arms. Now take big breaths into that left side of your torso, filling up your ribs like a balloon. And as you exhale, you settle back deeper. Next breath in, we walk back to the center. Now grip your mat and round yourself back up to all fours. Your knees squeeze in underneath your hips, your hands right underneath the shoulders. Now I'm going to reach my right foot off of the mat and my left toes back. As I turn to the inside of my left foot, I stack my shoulders right above my right hand and spread my left palm to the ceiling, opening across my chest. Now, as I inhale, I stretch my arm up and over. Exhale, shrug my head, neck, and shoulder, really lazy. Inhale as we open the chest, let the heart fall. And exhale your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, we open and spread. Exhale, fall lazy. A big inhale as we come back to the top. Exhale as you come back to all fours. Now your left palm is going to come up underneath your chest, and we thread that arm through, landing on your left cheek and your left shoulder. We want to wiggle your left fingertips to keep that left arm soft. Your hips stay high, and if it feels okay, you can take the pressure out of your right hand and then turn the back of your hand to your low back or your hip crease. Roll that right shoulder up and away from your ear, opening the shoulder and chest. Big breath into the space in the front of your right shoulder. Exhale, soften into your left shoulder. Big breath into the right shoulder. Soften into the left. Slowly bring that right hand down to the floor. Press firmly as you uncurl, coming back to the top. From all fours. Now your left foot is going to come off of the mat. We're going to extend your right toes back and turn open to the inside of the right foot. Stack your shoulders, open up the collarbone right over, spreading your palm, opening the arms long. Big inhale, stretch. Exhale as the arm, the head, and the shoulder shrug all the way around like the big arm on a clock. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, shrug. Inhale to open. Exhale to shrug. One more time, big inhale. Exhale as we come back to all fours. Your right palm comes up underneath the chest and we slide down onto the right shoulder and the right cheek. If you have any shoulder or neck concerns, keep pressing down into this left hand. Soften your right arm, and then if you can, take your left hand away, tuck the hand behind the low back, and roll your left shoulder open. Big breath in to fill that shoulder. Exhale to soften into the right shoulder underneath you. Inhale, fill the left shoulder. Exhale, soften into the right. Bring that left hand down to the floor, pressing into both hands, coming back to all fours. Now again, if your knees are sensitive, you might want to slide that blanket in to kneel on top of. We're going to press ourselves back to a kneel. Take a big inhale as you bring your hands to your hips and come to a high kneel. Now balance across the core and step your right foot forward to a lunge so your knees are at about 90 degrees on each side. Drive down into the left knee and engage your belly so your ribs lift away from the hips. You should already feel that hip flexor. Take a big inhale as your arms lift. Now this is where your blocks will come in handy. As you exhale, reach for your blocks, tuck your back toes, and send your hips up and back as you fold lazy down the right leg. Push your right hip back and pull your left hip forward. Inhale to tap the knee, rise chest above hips, lift the belly in and up, and activate pressing down into the knee, opening this hip flexor. Exhale, your hands come down, fingertips touch, tuck the toes, and press your right hip back, pulling with your core, dropping your left hip forward. One more time, inhale, tap the knee, rise tall, chest over the hips. Exhale, your hands come down, tuck the toes, and fold down your right leg. Now this time, both hands walk on the inside of the right foot. I'm going to take my blocks or my fingertips and walk to my left. Turn all my toes to face the edge of my mat. Lift with a long spine. And exhale, bend my elbows to fold. So you can keep your hands on blocks, but don't press into the hands. You might want to walk them away so you can just let yourself fall like a rag doll. Inhale as those hands walk back to your blocks. Walk your hands back around to be on the inside of your right foot. Tap your left knee down and then step your right knee underneath you. Wide knees, big toes together, settle back into that comfortable child's pose. 3 breaths with me. We inhale and fill the back of the body. We exhale and we soften. One more breath. Now slowly walk those hands back and push yourself all the way up to your kneel. Big inhale, we're gonna rise, hands come to hips, and this time your left foot is gonna step forward. Your knees at about 90 degrees, drive down into the right knee, pull the ribs up away from the hips, and when you're ready, relax your shoulders, but reach your fingertips high. Exhale, your hands drop down to your blocks, tuck your right toes, and now pull your left hip back as you straighten the legs and drop that back heel. Inhale as you tap the knee, rise, your shoulders above your hips, your belly lifting up. Exhale, your hands come down, tuck your toes, straighten the legs, and fold. One more time. Inhale as we tap the knee, rise, shoulders above your hips, fingers towards the ceiling. And exhale as we fold, pull that left hip back as you straighten the legs. Now both hands walk on the inside of your left foot. You're gonna turn towards the right long edge of your mat. All your toes turn, we press into the outer edges of our feet. Take a big inhale. Exhale as you bend your elbows and relax. Letting your head decompress, your neck, your spine, relaxed. Hands can walk to the floor or anywhere they're most comfortable. Big inhale as your hands walk back to your blocks. Walk those hands back, and this time to the inside of your left foot as you drop the right knee down. Take that left knee underneath you, and now cross your ankles or swing your legs around one side to take a seat. Slowly, we're gonna roll ourselves down all the way to your back. Step your feet onto the floor as you bend the knees. Turn your palms up to the ceiling as you tuck your shoulders underneath you. And take 3 deep breaths just to feel your back body landing. Scan and notice those heavy points that are most grounded and allow them to sink heavier. Now when you're ready, gently hug one knee followed by the other in towards your chest. Open your arms nice and wide like a big T with your palms facing up. And then drop those knees to the left, keeping your right shoulder down on the floor. Now, if this is too much, you could take a block or a blanket between or underneath the outer thighs so that your twist is more supported. We want this to feel more restorative. So the weight of your body is just falling into your pose. As we inhale, fill up this right side of your torso. And as you exhale, allow your arms and legs to feel heavier. One more breath, relax your jaw, relax your brow, get softer. When you're ready, your right knee and then your left knee lift back to the center. Give them a gentle hug and maybe a little rock. Side to side, massaging the lower back. Open your arms nice and wide, palms turn up, and let your knees now fall to the right, keeping this left shoulder grounded. If that's hard to do or there's a lot of strain, then take this blanket either between the knees or underneath the outer thigh. Breathe now into this left side of your body, big inhales, and as you exhale, get heavier and softer. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face. Relax your fingers and toes. Now when you're ready, slowly pull that left knee back to the center. Draw both knees in. And with your hands on your knees, draw the knees open wide. You can switch your hands behind the thighs, putting your footprints towards the ceiling, or reach your hands for your feet, happy baby pose. Anywhere you can get leverage to draw the knees open wide and down towards your ribs. You can stay still, or you can take gentle little rocks around the low and mid back. Now slowly release, walking your hands back to the knees. And we tap the toes and the heels down to the floor. Now from here, if your back is more sensitive, you can stay with your feet on the floor, let your knees fall in towards one another, inner thighs touching. If you're comfortable, then extend the legs along towards the bottom corners of your mat. Tuck your shoulders underneath you and open your palms to the ceiling. Arrive on your back body with your breath. Very simple, following the pace. As you inhale, counting to 4, 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, slow it down to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to fill. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, soften and relax. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you like here, I always like to pull in a heavy blanket just over the fronts of my hips and my belly to act just like a weighted blanket, drawing me heavier down into my mat, dropping into a safe place where you can restore and know that you have nothing else to do right now except give back. to yourself. Stay with your breath, counting the pace and lengthening your exhales. And enjoy just a few more moments of nothing to do, nothing to worry about. Deepen your breath and begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Keeping the eyes heavy, slowly drawing one knee and then the other towards your chest in the easiest way possible. Take gentle circles around the low back. And then when you're ready, reach that left arm up by your ear and slowly roll yourself over to your left side. Allow your head to rest on your arm, heavy on your side as if you have nowhere to go anytime soon. And then we'll slowly begin to press down into the top hand. Extend that top leg long. And roll yourself up to a tall, seated position of your choice. Keeping the eyes heavy for just a moment, ground into the sits bones, rise up tall through the crown of the head, soften your belly. And as you arrive, notice if anything is different. Notice if there's more space to breathe, space to sit, space to just be. Coming back to that intention you said, and maybe it's changed. Just notice. And whatever has changed that you want to bring with you into the rest of your day, set your intention for doing so. Keeping the breath slow, draw in a big inhale, hands come to the heart. And as you exhale, bow your head to yourself in gratitude for taking this time to slow down, dropping into your breath and body. Knowing that this self-care is so important. You are so important, and you are enough. With a bright breath in, sitting up tall. And I thank you all so much for sharing this practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for my favorite gentle yoga flow. I'm Shannon, and I hope that you check out the rest of our videos on Radiance Yoga Online.